Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Constrictor Chamber. If you guys are new stopping on by, I appreciate you guys checking out the snakes. If you've been on the channel for a while, I appreciate the support and the long-time views. Hopefully you guys had an awesome weekend. My weekend was pretty hectic. It was pretty good though because I got to check out the Cin-city reptile show, and it is always a fun event to go to. So this weekend was extremely packed, even with the Super Bowl. But I would say if you guys are anywhere within 2 hours, definitely come and check it out each month. But some of you guys wanted to see some of the redtails, and so we'll just check some of them out. I only have 2 true locality redtails, and then I have her, which she's not a true redtail, but a lot of people like to still call them redtails, so we might as well just look at her as well. And she's a really good size, so probably my biggest snake right now, so I definitely like to show her off just a little bit. But I don't want this to be a full debate on the redtail versus the common boa, but basically it just goes down to bloodline, colors, morphs, and saddles and all that stuff. So just want to show her to you guys, and she is kind of a handful, so definitely cannot take her out and hold the camera at the same time. But I'm not sure how big she actually is or how much she weighs, but I would definitely say at least 5 feet, 5.5, probably 5.5. I don't know, but she's a great eater. Really nice tail on her, nice iridescence. If she will unwrap her tail for us, there we go. Awesome patterns and markings on her tail, but she is definitely one amazing boa. She's the first boa that I ever bought back in 2016, and she's been doing well ever since. Super fast growing snake, tell you that much. But she's still handleable, and it still took her a few years to get to this size, which is, I think, pretty good. And if you know what I'm saying, I think boas are good for beginner snakes. I mean, they don't grow too fast, they don't get too big or uncomfortable, or they're not hard to handle, and they definitely won't kill you. Well, hopefully not if you're responsible. But overall, she's a very sweet snake. I would say I would not stick my hand in there and grab her out. I do have a hook. I have a feeling that if I would reach my hand in there and try to take her out, she would definitely let me know that she's not having it, or she's definitely hungry. Let's see if she'll go back on her own. Most of the time, they don't. They throw a fit to come out. They try to hiss at you and all this other stuff. And once they're out, they don't want to go back in. But she loves to climb. Like anything that's higher than her, she wants to go up and see what's going on. I guess shame on me for not having an area for her to actually do some true climbing. But she's definitely getting big for her cage. I'll probably see how she is on her growth. Probably, I would say probably by the end of the year. So her growth is not slowing down, that's for sure. And I would like to see her in possibly a 6x2. Try to make one, try to see if there's anybody that can build me one locally, but that might be at the end of the year. We'll see how she goes. All right, let's look at some of the true localities. Let's look at her since she's trying to get away. I had the door down. Got distracted by the bigger one. So this is a Suriname, and this girl is super sweet, super nice. Never had any issues with her. She definitely has some battle wounds, but she's healthy. She's strong. She eats extremely well. And I could probably even hand feed her because she doesn't really strike at her food. She normally just grabs it off the tongs and everything is good to go with her. But so we see on the top of her head, right above her eyes, she's got some scarring from her rubbing on a tote. I've never had a snake do that before, but of course it had to be her. And so hopefully after a couple sheds that gets better and better. And then when I bought her, the previous owner was feeding live rats to her, and it was chewing on her tail. So that's gotten better since I've I've gotten her. And she's on frozen thawed, so we don't have any issues with that. But she has beautiful markings, very nice pink salmon colors on her sides, and then a very, very nice red on her tail. Definitely has some nice peaks on her. Very red tail, not as bright as the Guyana, which we will look at next, but I definitely love how her tail's a little unique. Right there. That's what I like on it. That line. It's not a massive line, but it's enough to make it just a little bit different than a lot of the other snakes. But nice whites, nice deep reds on her, and boas just love to be curious. Way more than the ball pythons. Still need to get a light in here. Still need to do a couple of modifications on the cage. I would like to get a brace or a beam right here so it doesn't sag. But also having all this stuff up here doesn't help anyways. Oh, there's my Irwins. That does not help with the bending of the cage. So we'll just do a quick clip. Whoops. Right here. She has not escaped, which is good. If there was a way for her to get out, she would definitely not be in there. Snakes are definitely escape artists, and if you have the smallest little bits of area, they will find it. So I was cleaning her cage out. I kind of waited to do this video just a little bit because she was in shed. I wanted her to completely shed out just so we could see how awesome her colors are. And I think all snakes look the best as soon as they get out of their old skin. So this is her shed right here, which is super cool because we can still see the patterns of the saddles on her shed, which is really cool. And then I like how the belly scales look as well. So if they're, if they're mostly full piece sheds and not like broken up or ripped as they're shedding, I like to keep them. I'm not sure why I've got a couple of these filled with them. I should probably just throw them away. I've been thinking about donating them to schools or programs or parks or something like that. I don't know, but I don't know how I could go about to do that. So this is the Guyana female. She's 2017. So she's very, very tiny. Had a little bit of an issue with her when I first got her. She would eat, she would regurgitate. I had to drop her down to like the smallest mice I could find. And then as of now, everything's better. So she's on Rat Pups, doing extremely well. Definitely curious about the camera. But man, I love this girl's markings and how her tail looks. Super bright. Very, very bright. Nice bright whites on her. Just insane looking to me. And then very nice salmon colors down her sides. And then some really nice markings up on top here. But she is always curious and always wanting to go. So keep an eye on her. And I'm curious, since her growth may have been stunned a little bit, on how big she will actually get. So she's 2017. The big common was 2016. And then the Suriname, or the Suriname over there is 2017 as well. So huge size difference in both of them, which is very normal. The normal boas get to their, I would say, maximum size faster than the true red tails, but the red tails catch up within a couple years, and they can sometimes even get just a little bit bigger. Now, I'm not a expert on anything, so this is just what I've read, and from owning them, what I have found out. But we can see some nice iridescence on her as well. So just want to do a quick update on these snakes for you guys. For those who have been asking and wanting to see them, very nice shed out of her. And we got a couple other sheds from other snakes, but we'll probably put those in another video when I do another boa video for you guys. So that's it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing those 3 snakes, the 2 true localities, and hopefully you guys have an awesome rest of the night or day, and I'll see you guys on the next video.